Alright, so let's talk about let's talk about good old Reddit. Let's talk about the good old magic community of Reddit. Now, if Reddit wasn't already full of cucks as is, this would just be the cream of the crop. This would be the proof in the pudding. This shit right here is why I hate Reddit. So we have the main thread right here. These two fucking neckbeards talking about top 5 cards from Throne of Eldraine for Modern. Okay, here are the cards. Here are the cards. Let's talk about these cards. Deafening Silence. 1 cost enchantment. It's pretty much a shittier Rule of Law. Rule of Law came out in the M20 set. It's just a shittier Rule of Law. How is this Rule of Law still modern? How is this better than Rule of Law? So that's dog shit. That should not be in any top 5. Fires of Invention. Pretty okay enchantment, I guess. Um, it's just another destabilize red card. It doesn't really change any metas. It doesn't really create any metas. It doesn't really shift the game as we know it. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's a rare. I don't know why it's a rare. It's not that great. It's a fucking 4 cost enchantment. It's read its effect. It's not that good. It's just not that good. Um, Now this one, I like this one. This is a really good land. I like these kind of cards. I could see these kind of cards being played in many game modes. This card is very viable. This should be on a top 5 list. Yeah, this is actually pretty decent. If you read it, enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a forest. You can tap to add a forest. Pay 2 generic and 2 forests, and tap to add 6 forests. You can only use it to cast creature spells or activate abilities of creatures, but guess what? It's green, baby. You're gonna have high cost creatures and high cost uh, abilities on your creatures. This is great. This is amazing. I could actually see this being in some meta decks. This is phenomenal. Let's go on. Once Upon a Time. Love the art style. Love that it's called Once Upon a Time. I like the fact that you can literally begin the game with a card called Once Upon a Time for free if it's in your opening hand. It's some it gives you some manipulation as green, which is nice to see, but it's really not that good. It's not that great. It's really not, as I've said before, anything meta changing. It's nothing insane. It's okay, I guess. I probably wouldn't put it in any of my decks. Probably not. Unless I made a very specific deck revolving around a couple cards, which that's not how you build decks. If you're a retard, that's how you build decks. Anybody that's half decent at building decks knows that you just don't build a deck revolving around a couple cards. That's stupid. That's nonsense. There's not a single pro out there that would ever think of doing something that's stupid. Let's go on to Emery, Lurker of the Loch. It's not that good. You literally mill yourself. It's a potentially 1 cost blue, but if you don't control artifacts, it's a 3 cost 1/2. You can tap to bring an artifact card from your graveyard. You can cast this you can cast that card in this turn that you pulled from the graveyard. It's okay. Nothing crazy. It's really nothing crazy. Unless you want some sort of weird blue colorless artifact manipulation deck that literally nobody is ever going to play, then this is retarded. It's just stupid. Why is that a legendary creature? It's pretty dog shit. I've seen legendary creatures that are like completely game changing, like legendary creatures to where if somebody were to play that creature, it's game over for you. You're fucking dunzo. Unless you have a board wipe, you're dunzo. This, eh. Why is it legendary? What is so amazing about this card? But so now that you have the context, let's go back to my reply. None of these cards seem all that great aside from the castle, because they don't. They're shit. This guy says I'm trolling them. I'm not trolling you guys. You're absolutely retarded if you think I'm trolling you. Uh, Emery is gross and Urza. Possibly. You know, possibly. But one card for one meta that nobody fucking cares about? Or one deck that nobody cares about? Maybe it's a guild. I don't know. I've never even fucking heard of Urza. I've been playing since like 2012. Being, I'm being downvoted because some of these look very good and people come to the subreddit to learn. Well, maybe if people came to the subreddit to learn, they should actually watch games. They should actually build decks of their own. They shouldn't just come to the newest set that comes out and pick 5 subpar cards that will hardly ever see any play ever and try to shill out for those. I play Legacy if you guys didn't know. Big Legacy player. Modern sucks. Standard sucks. Legacy is the way to go. I thought about Pauper, but no. You know, and I went off to say that I've seen cards better than these out of like $5 decks, and I have. You can build, even if you somehow manage to build a meta around these newer cards that came out. There's gonna be cheaper cards, cheaper decks out there that'll do the same job but better. There'll be cheaper decks out there that'll completely destroy any of these new cards. It's not that great. And then oh, I got minus 22 points. So that means I got downvoted 23 times since I have that thing to wherever I post it immediately gets upvoted. So 23 people disagreed with me. I mean honestly, I'd like to play these 23 people. I'd like to see what kind of magical weaky deaky decks they can pull out of their ass. Like if you were that retarded to think that any of these cards are great, then you haven't seen Magic. You've been sheltered. You need to stop going to every pre-release and promo and unboxing shitty commons and uncommons and playing with those until the next box comes out. No. Learn about Magic. Learn about the older cards. There are older cards out there that are a million times better than these fucking dog shit cards. And it's a disgrace that these are the top 5 best cards. The top 5 best cards out of Thrones of Eldraine. Are you kidding me? Is that the best you can come up with? And then, yeah, people, Reddit really pisses me off because you cannot have an opinion on Reddit. And if you are somebody who's not part of the mainstream group of like Reddit tier thinkers, you know, people that have been on this website for years and are oversensitive and, you know, really don't understand how the world works, or in this case, really don't understand what magic is or how magic works, then that's just really all you run into are people like that, and it's disgusting. I don't understand, but yeah, 18 people. That was 18 people a while ago, but yeah, 23 people got so offended over me having an opinion on a discussion-based website. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. This Magic TCG subreddit It's dog shit. I mean, it's just a bunch of people like, ooh, look at me, I painted on my cards. Yeah, I painted on my cards, arts and crafts. Ooh, no, I want to see meta. Like half of this shit hardly relates to Magic the Gathering in the slightest. I want to see cards that people have forgotten about that were crazy back in the day. I want to see cards that are crazy in general. I want to see good decks. I want to see decks that people built themselves. Shit like that. That's the type of shit that keeps Magic running. Not top 5 cards from the newest set. Who gives a fuck? They're not that great. Who gives a fuck? Cosplaying. Yeah, that's Magic the Gathering related. Sure. Ooh, you found a poster. Cool. Real cool, buddy. This website's fucking dog shit.